My name is Nick Mitchell. I'm a personal trainer in London. I own a gym called Ultimate Performance. Here in this gym, we train everybody from pop stars and soap stars to professional athletes, and lots of regular people in the art and science of body composition. No secrets to effective fat loss, because the definition of a secret means one thing. One thing will lead to magical fat loss success. And there's no one magical thing that can lead to fat loss success. You have to take a holistic, global approach to changing and improving your body composition. If one thing isn't right, it can severely limit the success. You can be perfect in everything that you do, but for instance, if you don't sleep correctly, you're not going to lose fat in the right way. So any effective fat loss regime for you must take into account a multitude of factors. You need to address your exercise regime. So this is pretty obvious, right? You need to address your nutritional regime. If you want to really optimize things in this day and age with our poor food supply, poor quality food supply and things like that, you need to use the correct nutritional supplements for yourself. You need to make sure you stay hydrated. I've seen people do everything right, and you find out they drink a cup of coffee a day. You need to stay hydrated. A good rule of thumb for me is for every 100 pounds that you weigh, I would drink at least 1.5 litres of water a day. At least 1.5 litres of water a day. I weigh 240 pounds and I drink about 4 litres of water a day, every single day. When I don't feel as good. You need to address sleep. If you don't sleep right, you don't produce enough growth hormone, and growth hormone is extremely powerful for fat burning. What happens when we fall asleep is we have growth hormone pulses throughout the period of deep sleep. Now, if you wake up every hour, every 2 hours, which a lot of people do, and they still think they sleep properly, you interrupt that deep sleep, you don't get back into it, you don't get the growth hormone output. So if you remember that fantastic energy that you had when you were a kid and you don't have any more, a large part of that is down to the fact that you just don't sleep as well. So you need to address that. There are a number of sleep strategies that one can adopt. The simplest and easiest sleep strategy is to go to bed at a regular time, to get up at a regular time, and to turn your bedroom into a bat cave. In other words, don't have a stereo, a TV, a DVD player. Don't sleep with the curtains open, God forbid. Make it as dark and as quiet as possible. This will have a huge impact upon the quality of your sleep, and that alone can have a big impact upon your fat loss success. There are also other factors that need to be addressed. I tend to call these general lifestyle factors, but they can be anything. They can be your social life, how do you deal with your social life? It can be your personal life. How is that affecting you? So all these things that affect your head are going to have an effect upon your body. If things are out of kilter in your work life, in your social life, in your love life, with your family, they're going to have a big impact upon the way you lose fat, the way you store fat and everything else. So you need to do things that will mitigate any damage. You need to do the things that will keep you on an even balance. It's very important to be on an even balance. The people who have the most success when it comes to body composition regimes are the people who are actually quite laid back in other areas of their life. It's really good to have super focus, super sharp, super on it attitude, but you've also got to be quite relaxed about certain other things. I have yet to see somebody achieve massive radical fat loss success in a short space of time when their personal life has been in turmoil. It just doesn't happen. So you've got to try and address all that as well. So it's lots and lots of so-called soft factors are going to have a big impact too. Above all else, make a commitment to changing your life, make a commitment to changing your habits. Most of the time, an effective fat loss regime is not about going on a diet that means you go hungry. Far from it. A lot of the time, it's actually about eating a little bit more often, but just to the right foods. What it is, it's going to be inconvenient. It's going to be a massive change in habits. Getting up 10 minutes, 15 minutes early to put some food into a Tupperware container to take to work with you shouldn't be such a chore, but for a lot of people it is. It's only an extra 10 or 15 minutes commitment. I know that you can do it because I see people who do it all the time, but it's something of a sea change. And if you're not committed, and if you don't have social support coming from home, it can be very, very tough. So I would implore you, get all your ducks lined up in a row, and then fire 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. my last point would be, don't wait for the perfect time either, because there never is a perfect time to start a fat loss regime. The perfect time is now. You know what you've got to do. Really, the only person holding you back from doing it is yourself.